Hello, everybody. Looks like they're starting off with already trying to get a hype train going, which, fun fact there, as the hype train started, fun fact, there was a hype train done the other day that when triggered, it caused Brittany has to do a stream with me where she's going to make an advisor for Hod Gwen. Two of you know what that means. And then there's actually another... Why isn't the music in my ears? Was there no music this whole time? Oh, there it is. And then they actually did another hype train on Friday where I have to make another advisor for Tessel. So and I told them specifically, all three of you have an empty important slot. Like one of you is missing like, I think like a religious guy. One of you is missing like a spy master, one of you is whatever it is. So, and they cannot hype train into that spot being filled unless A, if there's a new advisor on Patreon, they can of course fill your slot. Or B, if all your other slots are filled, then they can fill that slot. So, Nick, that's actually made it a little bit easier for you. This has led to a bit of a conversation that happened recently in about your kingdom. For Jake and Cell, I'm actually going to go over to the other overlay for this. Oh no, let me do it like this. So, cut over here, we'll paste. So, for Cell's kingdom, he took what would be usually your spouse, right? Whatever that thing is called, and turned it into Castellan, which more or less is a person that looks after your kingdom when you're not there. And then took what would be your heir, or like your unwanted spawn, and turned that into what would be like a sage, I think, or whatever what did you call it? Curator, a curator. So more or less somebody that keeps track of your cultural lore.
Yeah, I might change curator to just heir though. It just depends on how things go in game.
Oh, so you're saying you want to make love to me? I gotcha. No, it's all good. Jake's kingdom, similar thing. He got rid of who would be like his lover or whatever, his queen, whatever, and turned into Oraculi, more or less the person that is supposed to be kind of like if you imagine his character as like a Buffy, his Oraculi would be the Watcher. So, and Jake definitely reminds me of a busty young lady who's sent out there to beat up vampires. And then instead of an heir, again, he turned it into, instead of a curator, I think he called it lore keeper or whatever it is. But then we look at your kingdom, Nick, and I know we kind of touched on this before, but I don't know if we like really put a lot of focus on this. We actually never changed your consort or spouse or whatever you want to call it, or your heir into anything else. Would you want to change either of those, or you're like, nah, bro, make love to me?
I think the last time this happened, my character got diddled by a harpy from Scott while I was playing a bard, so I think we're going to avoid all of that.
What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That was when I was living with John. That was like...
Yeah. And I have not let you make a female interest for my character since.
Well, she was an attractive harpy. She let it all hang out. Huh?
That's right. And you know, with those feathers, they get in all the right places. Yeah, it's already cringe. Yeah, I don't know.
Harpy, Nick's autobiography.
There are darker points in that book. I don't know, man. I like these things to be organic. So if something comes up that makes sense, let's let it make sense. Otherwise,
chat, you hear that? He's asking for you to make something organic happen.
I don't trust any of you people.
Can we what would a dating app be called on Aurorum or an Aeroth? You know what Jesus. I mean? What would that be? What would that? Oh, Jesus!
An orc dating app? That's going to be great. Yes.
What is it? Tusks and Musk? I don't know.
First of all, your order's wrong. It would be Musky Tusk, right? 'Cause you can already go so many bad places with that. But I like it. That's mine. It's getting patented.
Oh, Jesus. All right, Musky Tusk. There you go. I think that's the name of his love story. So, all right, let's chat. I'll have a vote later on for who gets the level 5 hype train, to see who gets to get that added to their clan. But let's actually kind of get back to the game and And you guys were before we got started. You guys were having a little chatter about ideas and where you want to go. I think there was a rules question that you guys had while I was chatting with chat. Was there any questions that you had for me before we kind of got into it?
No, I was
we
just
talked
just griping about wanting things cheaper because I want things.
And you call me the one that needs handouts? Come on, man. I don't ask for anything cheaper.
Dude, your handouts are my tax dollars, all right? Why don't you calm down?
Oh my god.
To be clear, as somebody
Everything always gets turned around on sale, like every time.
well, he's a kid, you know.
It's so
As
good,
somebody with
though.
no student loan debt, I have no problem paying a little bit more taxes to wipe out student loan debt. So I have no problem putting my pennies in to save somebody else's, future. That's no problem. Then I see what percentage they increase it, and I'm like, wait a second. What's that number? They're like, oh yeah, we increased your taxes by 1% to help out student loan debt, and 9% because war. Oh, so now we're at 62%. Okay, cool.
War.
Yeah.
And it's an L for students, boys.
It's under that miscellaneous fund.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, why don't we actually get into playing our session? So, Jake, you're the most verbose here. We want to give you an opportunity to flex those muscles. Why don't you give us a recap of last week?
I recapped last week.
Yeah, which is why you're the most adept for doing it this week.
Nice.
I am
gotta
nice.
remember, what happened last week?
Wow. Apparently, it was a very intriguing session.
I honestly can't remember. Give me a hint so I can pick it up.
Eldamar.
I was gonna say it's probably because you didn't do anything, Jake.
Yeah.
It's true. It's not wrong.
That's not wrong at all.
You
Was last week where we took the city back, or was that the week before?
That was the
Yes.
week before. We did the
Okay.
cleanup. We did the cleanup after that.
All right, so you went into Eldamar, and I tuned out. So
Wow.
I don't blame him. I'm not gonna lie.
He was like, yeah, I don't care about your elf stuff. Wow. Okay. Chat, we know who we're not voting
Cell
for.
nearly got attacked by some creature in a tree. I remember that.
All I know is Jake wonders why it is that nobody ever wants to toss his kingdom some love.
Oh,
I
fuck
think-
off, Scott.
I think we found our reason. I think we know why nobody wants to toss his kingdom some love.
Oh boy.
Cell, would you like to fill us in on what happened last week?
So yeah, sure. Last week we went in and completely finished like the retake over Nick's town. I don't remember the name of his town, but that doesn't matter. When we went to talk to their leaders, which was the general lady, that's the Medahina, that's now under Nick's kingdom, or will be soon. What do you call it? Varix kicked the diplomat dude and broke his neck or something, and then he
That's
drowned in the
right,
mud. Then we talked about basically making plans for the north, how to handle the situation. We sent Norway's advisor, I forget his name, his warden, I think, to the Eldamar, and then he got fucked. So then me and Nick's characters went in with 100 men, and I failed
Paul
with
just
a nat
started
one
chat.
on I rolled a nat one on a will save, and I ran into the woods when I had a direction for my brother. Got lost. My brother's poisoned or something that makes him like unable to do anything for a while. And I did some tree jumping and then I rolled a nat 20 on an intimidation check to scare off a cat. And
Scare
I built weapons for Nick and Nick's character and Jake's.
Did we cover the part where you straight up Naruto run into the forest like a fucking idiot? Okay, I just want to highlight that again.
That was the nat 1 will save. Okay, listen, the dice called it. I
just use a little bit more colorful text. I mean, that was a prime moment.
listen. He didn't Naruto run. Okay, he Naruto.
No,
jumped
you
the
did.
trees, though.
You nat one it, so you don't get to write that story. Okay. Aerodynamics, jumping in trees. Do you have a bandana?
No, I don't have a bandana. I do just have a golden crown though.
Gotcha. At least you have a brother, so you're not an orphan, right? That's my
True,
bad.
not yet. At least I was almost. Well, wait, my brother doesn't make me an orphan.
I don't know.
That's mother and father.
Listen, we're in the deep south. We're in the deep south. I don't know where this is going. All right, you guys do a lot in those mines. I don't know.
You're the ones that are in the woods, dude.
Yeah, we've got little halflings to abuse. I don't know. That's terrible.
I don't like God. Okay.
Welcome to my childhood.
Oh my god. There's 100 and how many votes?
Well, there's a lot of votes going on. Unfortunately, I'm the only one that voted for not Jake. But, you know.
I haven't voted. I'm gonna vote for not Jake as well.
Oh, thanks. I only get one vote
No,
because I
I'm
can't
never
spend channel
voting for you
points.
again, so.
Wow.
It's 2 votes.
Never.
Fine. You know what? I'm voting for Jake.
No. You've made your bed.
I voted
have
2
to
votes
lie
for
on
Jake.
yourself.
Okay.
I don't know. I see 7 votes,
have to
12 votes for
lie on
not Jake
yourself.
now.
That's not me.
Not Jake's
Oh my
spiking.
goodness.
Not Jake's coming around.
Sal, what? These 25 votes are you.
It's all self spamming his points.
I only have like 1,000 points. Okay.
If you do a prediction, how many options can you put on a prediction? Is it only 2?
I think it's 2.
Is it just 2? Not you can't do like
just
ABC. Because I
Yeah, I
totally
think-
have a prediction I want to put up, but not if it.
I think it's only 2, and then so like it's either or. So I guess the division of the points or whatever is easier.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, as opposed to doing the 1/3, split the vote, you know, sort of a thing.
Yeah,
So,
it'd be kind of.
Man, it's
funky.
really neck and neck. I'm not lying. Like it's 226s at the same time for Sel and Fine Jake.
I'm not gonna lie. I put all my points in for Jake.
Oh wow.
Dude,
Jake,
putting a bunch of points into Jake is what probably helped
I put
because
2.
you
I only had
were
2.
ahead for a while there.
I only
Yeah.
put 2 points in. So if
How
there's
many
2 points
votes
difference-
is that? Hold on, LD. How many votes is that? Is that 200 and 200 and something?
LD's my mom.
26.
That is a lot of channel points.
That is a lot of votes, LD.
Listen, LD's just my mom. It's okay.
Oh, well, that's sweet. I mean, I'm glad that she's in the community with you. That's nice. I mean, I was once in a campaign with LD. Now, while I didn't have, I don't think I had visuals. I definitely had audio, and LD definitely
Always there
doesn't.
too.
Yeah, I don't think LD sounds like somebody that would be your mom, but
No,
you
no,
know,
he's my Twitch. He's my Twitch mom.
she could be a chain smoker. You know, but I could be wrong.
I just
I'm gonna
want to
thank
point
everyone
out.
for the other 247 votes that were definitely not from Cell or Lightning Dragon, apparently.
I put 2 in for you. Okay, Jake.
Yeah, you guys get these weird spikes. All those organic numbers, the true votes, the real votes, the not fake news, the non-mail-in votes. Okay, I want to thank you guys. We know I really won that that poll.
So should I do a new poll
Got the
where
seal.
everybody's points are so wiped out?
Prediction?
Oh,
I don't want to see how few people actually vote. That would just be depressing.
oh.
Oh.
All right, let's do
Oh
a
my
prediction
God.
real quick. Prediction. Diction. And you have to do start prediction.
Wait.
Wait, 500 lead by Nick, 50 lead by Naito. Oh, is that we got to do a new prediction? That's why. And you can
Yeah.
only do 2 options, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so wait, what is
Wait.
this?
Is this Southern one?
Oh, these are previous predictions. Gotcha. So it's
Will Shado pass out at the sight of blood again?
Come, I
That
didn't
is the
pass out
prediction.
because of blood. I passed out because of poison. There was no blood yet, remember?
We'll see.
I literally I jumped out of my seat and I just fell like face first onto the table. It's really bad.
all right. Give me 1 second. This is gonna be. And this is gonna be. Okay. I'm going to do submission period. You guys, because it's going to take a while for this to play out, I think. So let's do 5-minute submission. Let's start the prediction. Don't show this again. Got it. Cool. There you guys go. All right. So back to the game. As you described beforehand, What were you? As you described beforehand, you recollected your brother after your Naruto run in there and scaring off the Kushi. Kushi being like an elf hound is what they call it in most campaigns. In this campaign, they're Hofue hounds. So they were the Hofue inside the Eldamar woods. Either way, you were scared him off. He was able to kind of like shoo two of them away. You scared off one of them. You rejoined them. Your brother rejoined you. You guys kind of went to your own kingdoms, so on and so forth. You were going to start your the details for your processes or whatever to actually do the laws, and then we were going to come around to. I think we finished last session with somebody doing a kingdom roll. Who was the kingdom roll?
Nick went and I'm up.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, did we say that we're more or less starting the stream with you doing your kingdom roll?
I believe so.
Yeah.
But my memory is jaded, so.
Well, thanks, Jade. So why don't we actually start the stream with you doing your kingdom roll, and then we kind of get into the actual like fun things, the commerce and whatnot. The commerce, the actual like RP stuff that happens. Oh, by the way, I do want to make sure you guys are aware the Patreon upgrades to all of your characters have been fully put into place. So everybody has their really cool traits added to all the Patreon supported characters. This upcoming month, the nifty thing that's going to be coming through from all of the characters that are going to be going to you guys is every one of the Patreon supported advisors are going to have an optional backstory kind of like side quest that you can choose to go on. Of course, this isn't going to be a solo side quest, right? This is going to be kind of like everybody goes along the side quest. So it's going to take a long time for us to really work through all of them, assuming they survive long enough to have it happen, which is why I want to do it early. If and when you guys choose to explore their past and so on and so forth, much like you do in many RPG video games, right? You're actually going to be able to unlock certain features about that character, learn more about them. Who knows, if you screw up the side quest so much, maybe much like Moradin dying in the elevator, you can have him or her like leave your group. So, be careful. But let's actually get into the kingdom rolls to get this started. So Jake, this is going to be for you, sir, Ramboy, sir. Let me actually pull up the kingdom making rules. Kingdom building Pathfinder. And I like how we're doing lots of kingdom rolls in this campaign. Actually, I don't know about anybody else, but it makes me very happy. So Jake, as you know, the first thing that we have to do for you, my little friend, is to roll for your upkeep phase. This is just going to be a simple stability check. Make sure that you're, and hopefully you guys did this before the stream started, make sure that your kingdom sheet perfectly matches this. Okay, cool. Thank you. What's inside roll 20? Everybody can see a sheet. I'm going to click back over again in 1 second. And click. And we're going to have you roll a stability check first, sir.
No worries.
We'll try to help you, Nick.
Motherfucker.
Did you
More unrest.
Did you fail, Jake?
I failed.
Jake, did you know what today marks?
Oh,
Yes, I did.
Did you know what today marks?
Yep.
Well, assuming did I add it in here? I think I did. Did I not add it in here? Did I put the rules in here? Give me 1 second. Oh, I don't think I put it in here. Put it in my mouth. In my motherfucking mouth. Give me 1 second.
Now I want ice cream.
Wait, that song makes you think of ice cream?
I mean, yeah.
Where is... Hold on. I gotta grab this. Oh, I gotta fix this, boys. 1 moment. Settings, API scripts. Use caution when you... Yeah, that's nice. Copy. Games. Warmonger. New script. Paste. We're gonna call this unfunny. Unfunny.js. Save script.
oh, we get chat things.
Yeah, hold on, make sure it works. Okay, now I have to refresh on my side. Oh, it actually just popped up, but I refreshed anyways. So chat luck is and whatnot is going to pop up. Nick, I'm going to have to show you how to use this in 2 seconds. This gets integrated now. So first thing I have to do is type in exclamation point SETUP UP. Boom. That should make it. So if you guys actually... Ooh. Did I screw it up? It looks like it did not take my text. Nope, it did. Now it did. All right, so Nick, if you actually go into the top right-hand corner of Roll20 and click the hamburger menu right there.
Yep.
You're going to want to click the button that says... No, don't click it. You click in bar right next to where it says Roll Luck.
Yep. And then just...
Did you click it?
Yep.
All right, obviously it didn't work because there was no luck added in there yet, but now you can see how it works. Now, is it actually in the bar on your bottom of your screen?
Yeah, I have it.
All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure you know how to use it. I know that the other two boys do. Perfect.
Did you have me do that just so I could have this image telling me I failed over and over again now on Roll20?
I mean,
it's
now
fitting.
that you pointed out.
It lands on a 1, so that's...
Oh, okay, guys, I guess that won the vote. One... Okay, 1 second. All right, Jake, you know that you're within 4 of winning. There's a 25% chance. Would you like to be the first person on the first session that allows for chat interaction to roll a luck die?
Yes, I will. And I got so close.
So close. Yet failure. Okay, cool. So you add 1 unrest to your kingdom, which is of course going to modify all your stuff. Does that bring you to 5 unrest?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that, of course, modifies your stuff. Now, this is your... you're the last person to roll in the group, right?
Yep.
So you don't get the BP and whatnot until after this turn is over. Cool. All right, so remember after that, the next thing you do is you pay your consumption. Your consumption is 3, so it's going to drop you from a 16 down to a 13. I got you there. After that, you're going to roll for vacant magic items. Kabe has no magic item creation.
It does. It does. It's. I think I was looking at it the other day, and something I have does create.
What is it?
Um.
Is it your shrine? Because you told me before shrines don't.
That's what I thought.
Were you lying to me, Jake?
I think I might have been lying. There's a chance.
Why do you lie to me all the time, Jake?
I do not lie.
Shrines make 1 minor potion, scroll, or wondrous item. So you gotta roll me that. Ask somebody in chat to roll that D100.
Snake.
And while that's being rolled, why don't you go ahead and modify unrest? Do you have a? You do have a taskmaster. Do you want to chance trying to? No matter what, it'll reduce unrest by 1. Do you want a chance losing 1 loyalty? Yeah, you just have to roll a 7 or higher to succeed.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it yet.
You
I need to be sure. I need
not?
all the points that I have. Okay.
Okay.
Right? These guys are flush with advisors, and I'm sitting here with a -8 to econ.
Maybe it was a good idea that you didn't. D100 rolled you a 27. That means you did not generate a magic item. Good job,
Okay.
Snake. So after that is modify and rest is done. Now we're gonna go down to the edict phase. Do you have any leaders to assign? You actually, I thought you did just grab somebody, didn't you?
You made something for me the other day.
I don't remember which one it was.
The marshal, which is the very bottom, I think. No, not the marshal, the warden.
Warden. Which, are you sure? It says want.
Yep. Yeah, I know, but look at the stats filled in.
Oh, what happened? Did the name change?
You just
because
have to put the name in.
Oh, weird. Okay. So we're going to do this over here. Apply this really quickly. How did you never put the name in, sir? It's Lyra. I think it's Lyra.
Well, you put it in Cell's thing.
Oh,
so
that's
like,
right.
Is this not mine?
Wait, was it Lyra?
Somehow
Yeah, based off con.
Steal from me again?
I didn't steal from you. I couldn't see it in my thing. Remember? You had TikTok from me. TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
TikTok
never
was in
seen
yours.
TikTok.
So she has a feat, and does she get a +1 for? I don't think she gets +1 for engineering because that wouldn't make sense. Yeah. So she just has a feat. Where's Jake? So it's FT. Jake's into feat. All right. So yep, you get Lyra, which is brings you. I mean, honestly, your loyalty is good enough. You should have just made that roll, sir. All right. After that is going to be no leadership to assign. Are you going to claim any hexes?
Yes, I am.
I agree with you, Snaga. So you are going to claim a hex. What hex are you going to claim for us, sir?
That one.
Ooh, you're going to be pushing into Cell's turf.
Yeah,
Alright.
well, I had to get in there before he like decided he wanted to claim next to my capital, which
Pretty agreed that we
where
all get-
Cell's going.
No, we've already talked about this, Jake. Remember?
Yeah, but you don't know. You're being real sus lately, Cell.
What? I make you a bone weapon out of the advisor, and I'm being sus.
Just try to fix that because it screwed up the whatchamacallit. All right, so you claim the hex. That you can do for free. It increases, as you know, your control DC. Don't forget to increase affect your stats over on Roll20 as well. Oh, nope, I did that wrong. Bad Scott. This brings your size to 10. Increases your control DC to a 31. That costs you 1 to claim. Are you going to prepare it as well, which costs you 1 more? It's plain, so it's prepared immediately.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay. So you're going to spend 2. And that's going to make it so that that's going to bring you down to an 11 on your treasury. So that brings you down to 11 there, and it costs you 2 in total. It's immediately ready. Now you're going to start doing your terrain improvements, unless you're doing buildings. What terrain improvements or buildings do you want to do?
I need a farm, and let's just put it there. And that same square I just took.
Sure. So you're paying what, 2 on that one?
Yes.
And does that also count as a super flush one or whatever it's called?
Yeah, it does.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is now prepared because this is a whole turn later, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Cool.
It's prepared.
Ugh, it broke. Stupid thing always breaks. It's so annoying. 1 second. What? Nope, that didn't work out. Let's just do it like this since it's broken anyways. I'm gonna delete you, copy you, paste you, put you, no, that's also not what I wanted to do. Delete you, copy you, paste you, put you right here, and get rid of that watchtower off of it because you don't currently have a watchtower there. Boom. And that will be that. Is it broken for you guys as well? Your visuals?
Nope.
Okay. Just for chat. All right, cool. What are you doing now, sir?
How much is a watchtower to start?
I think a watchtower takes 2 months and it costs a lot.
12 BP, I think.
So it's 6 for 2 months.
6. And how many BP do I have?
Well, you just spent 2 more, so you're down to 9.
9. All right. So if I start with the watchtower, that would be what, 6, and then I have another 3. Well, the jail completes this turn, right? In my actual thing.
The jail completes. Let me check out your kingdom for you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it should be.
Yep,
You know what?
it
takes
should be
2
complete
months.
now. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that'll cost me what, 3?
Yep.
Sweet. So take 3 from it.
And we add a jail down here.
Did you have jail half off?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So change that to 6 in the treasury.
Yep. Go right ahead, sir.
And then taking it to 0 BP.
It also gives you
completely.
-2 unrest, correct? Because you didn't get the minus to unrest last time, did you?
True. Yes, that is
So your
correct.
unrest
Yeah.
drops down to a 3. You have to modify your
Yeah.
stats again soon. We'll worry about that in a minute. Continue.
Okay. And should I start building the watchtower? I believe.
That would bring you
Can I
down
go to
to,
negatives in BP?
if you do, bad things happen.
Yeah, but how bad? That's what I want to know.
So this is supposed to go down to, I think,
We have to start the watchtower. Unfortunately, I can't build any buildings this turn.
it's up to you.
Yep, I'll start building the watchtower, which will bring me to 0.
Okay. Does Watchtower also reduce unrest?
As a terrain improvement, probably not.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have to check that the difference between that and that.
No, it just gives. No.
Checking right
I'll
now.
check.
Clicked. And no. Oh, yes. Yes, it does.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it will. It does. All right, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So that completes that over there, sir, man, boy, sir. So you're going to be down to 0 BP then.
Mm-hmm.
So we can bring this down to a 0. And then you have a Watchtower being started. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to mark this with a Watchtower icon, but it's not done yet, so you don't get it. And I'm going to do the red one. Okay, because that's obviously not... Oh, no. Sorry. I think I could do... Get rid of the red. I think I put a 1 on the Watchtower. Yeah, so we know how much longer until it's done. Cool. Nice. So that is currently gives you this vision right now. When that Watchtower is completed, it's actually going to expand your vision much further, like how Nyx does up here. You said Nyx vision up at the top is a whole hex and a half out. You're going to get that additional view, which would be nice. All right. So now that you've completed that, sir, why don't we go ahead and go to the next part, which is Silencio Steve popping in and doing 5 gift subs. Thank you very much, Steve. Working his way towards making a demon or devil for you guys to have to deal with. Nick, in case you don't know, when somebody makes 666 gift subs, they get to create a demon or devil inside the world. And that demon or devil isn't linked to one specific campaign. They kind of go where the wind blows. So if one campaign doesn't slaughter them or deal with them or whatever, they move on to the next one. And just exist inside the world, and it's fun. So, yeah, Oclo never made his, but Steve's going to. His name is the Captain of Chaos for a reason. All right, we're done with that. We're not doing edicts, right?
Nope.
Okay. Then we go to income phase. This is going to be you're not withdrawing, you're not depositing, you're not selling, so you're going to roll for taxes. Did you update all of your stats on Roll20? If you open up your character sheet, I'll read them to you to confirm that they're all right.
I got it. I'll do it now.
All right, so control DC is 31, economy is 13, loyalty is 27, and stability is 27. His numbers honestly aren't looking bad, guys. Like, you see those numbers? They're looking
Where's the economy, buddy? All right.
pretty solid. Did you update
We're waiting on the economy.
Is your planes? Hold on one second. Your kingdom down here is not correct. Your planes is supposed to be 9, and your hills are supposed to be 1. That'll correct your actual people. And your farms are now supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4 of fertile farms. And you have 2 watchtowers. 1, 2. Nope, you're supposed to have. Oh no, just 2 watchtowers.
There'll be a third one built next.
Yep.
And then for the next
But
one.
not yet. Perfect. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Now you're ready to roll for your economy, sir?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is exciting.
All right, let's do it. Which is tax collection. Oof, good.
That's a
Very
good one. Yeah.
Yes,
10 BP. That's
and,
amazing.
Hang on a second. Can I get any more out of this? There we go.
Ooh. So hold on one second. What did you actually roll?
18 plus what?
18 plus what? 13?
Plus 13. Yeah.
So wait, hold on. 18 plus 4 is 22. Plus 13 is 35. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you got 11 total BP.
Beautiful. I'll
Okay.
take it.
Beautiful. He's using up all you guys' luck dice. What a jerk. All right. So, chat.
Everyone uses it on economy, buddy.
Give me 1 second. I gotta check something really quickly. Because I'm a dummy. Loyalty, overlay, rewards, and I actually have to. Gotta do it before I say it. Bam! I had to disable BP. I just disable BP as an option because I didn't increase the price. BP moving forward is supposed to affect all kingdoms, not just one, so I have to change the price for it. So BP was actually spent how many times today? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there was, I'm going to tell you guys how many BP you get to get. I'm going to deliver to you BP very soon. But first we're going to have to get into the RP as to why the BP is being delivered. Okay? So your characters get back to your own kingdoms. You spend a little bit of time trying to get things up to par. Unfortunately, Cell, your kingdom does not have its general at the moment. He is unconscious. Your next upcoming kingdom roll is going to be without your brother inside of it because he is dealing with some serious issues, right? So
Did we was since this is for the month beforehand, was he not there for a week to do the work?
He will not be here for this upcoming one because he's going to be out for a long while.
No, but was he not here before that happened?
No.
That week didn't. A week he wasn't there for a week at all.
No, because remember this past Kingdom Roll incorporated the war and everything happening. This next Kingdom Roll is going to be even a month after everything happening, and he kind of dropped at the beginning of the battling or whatever, right? Because he yeeted into the. So he will not be available for that. But that's okay. Good news comes your way because Cell, as a side note for you, you're trying to find. I'm trying to make sure I have the correct people. Oh, this isn't for you, Cell. I think it's actually for Jake. Jake, good news about Cell's brother, about Naito, Tessel Naito, is that you actually had one of your own advisors return back to you. Lyra is her name. Now, Triaxians, you didn't know too much about when you lived out inside the Barren Lands, because unfortunately, Triaxians and Kurak kind of are warring with one another. Now, Kurak, you know, is a culture more than it is a race. It's a way of living life. It's predominantly orc and half-orc, but there are many other races involved, whereas the Triaxians are, in fact, a race, and so it's very homogenous. Yeah, there might be other people that travel with them, but we're talking like 98% Triaxian, the actual cat-like species race. The cats that in the summertime shed almost all of their fur, in the wintertime kind of grow extremely thick tufts of fur that keep them warm. Depending on what type of Triaxian they are. You know, some lean more towards summer comfort, some lean more towards winter comfort. So what I just described there varies depending on group, so on and so forth. That aside, Lyra is a Triaxian that has found herself into your good graces, and even so much so into the leadership of your kingdom, of your clan. She's incredibly useful because while she's not young, she's not old by any stretch of the imagination by her race's standards. Triaxians living much longer than the typical Kurok does, right? Big thing about her is she's actually a trained medic. She's actually a seasoned person who's very good at maintaining the health and well-being of your people. And whereas you are at a very elevated age, it's good to have Doc check in on you every once in a while just to make sure that this whole, like, you know, Kurok bloodline, Ashen Orc thing going on, that it's okay. That things are actually like working out as they're supposed to. But more than that, because of her Triaxian backgrounds, Triaxians use a lot of poisons. She actually has a degree of mastery when it comes to poisons. Now, you might immediately think to yourself, Scott, where was this Triaxian while we were being poisoned in my clan? She actually has a very solid alibi, one that would lead you not to believe any concerns whatsoever. She was on a diplomatic mission down south and into the Barren Lands themselves, and it's verifiable by those that were traveling with her for her protection. Not many, of course. You don't travel heavy. You either travel with many, many, many people in the Barren Lands, or very, very, very few. Otherwise you die. So with the small group that she was there, can verify where she was and what she was doing. So she's actually returned to your mists, bringing to you reports from the south, dealing with the different tribes and whatnot that you have tentative good relations with. But more importantly, giving to your spy master, which will then come into your hands, we'll get to momentarily, reports pertaining to particular tribes that have activity going on to the south of you. But perhaps one of the most important things to note is that because she has returned to your mists, you can potentially send her almost immediately back out to the home of your new ally to check on Naito and see what his condition is and so on, see if there's any degree of aid that she can provide. Because one of the things that she's particularly good at is if somebody was to be subjected to poisons and she's about, she can actually extract that poison very quickly. If she's there on site, she'd extract it very quickly, making you effectively immune to it in those moments. Wasn't there in time, obviously, but she might be of aid now. Would you want her to stick around the kingdom for a while first, because you know that it's important for her to actually play a role? Hey, she can affect your dice now. She actually just did in your most recent checks because she just showed up. Or would you want her to head over to Tessel?
One thing I would ask is, wouldn't they have to have come through on the way back with Naito?
What do you mean?
They're coming back from Eldamar, right? Wouldn't they have had to pass through anyway?
They would have passed by, I would say, as opposed to passing through. They wouldn't have stopped inside the kingdom, and certainly they would have been on a pretty heavy march there. You did go home first, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For a while.
you probably would have heard of them passing by, but he probably wouldn't have stopped by your capital.
But if so, was she back when they were passing by?
When you were home, she would have been back. Yes.
Okay, well, if I would have had them pass, like heard news of them passing by, as I would have because of my watchtowers and everything else, I would have sent like a runner to Shader and asked for them to bring Naito to Densha.
It's up to you as to whether or not you would have Naito immediately stop by your ally's kingdom again, his capital again, or if you'd want to get him back to the security of your own nation.
Tesla would send her on her back, and I'm assuming you're telling me why, right? Not just like, hey, bring Naito here.
Yeah.
Be like, I have a healer.
Of course.
Yeah, then Tesla would probably take a detour and like walk with a group of men with Naito quickly to your city.
Okay, so you guys would go into the city. Now she's not going to be able to check on him, and you know it's not like watching Princess Bride for all of you people that watch actually good movies, and you know to give a diagnosis in like 45 seconds, saying, well, he's mostly dead. You know, like it's going to actually take a day or two to do a proper diagnosis. So bringing in and your allies seeing each other, you can feel free to step to an RP moment if you'd like, but she would tell you he would have to stay for a few days' time.
Yeah, that's no problem. Tesla trusts Varix, so.
Yeah. I would obviously say if you wish to leave him in our care, then you can if you have to return home. Otherwise, you're welcome to stay.
Okay.
You know I have to return home. It's been too long.
All right.
Next time I come, I hope I'm coming back with my brother, and I'm bringing you your scepter.
I look forward to it.
You know, I guess they do like a shake or whatever, and then head off.
Well, shake or whatever. Are we going to define what this is, or do you guys need another week or so to think about it?
Okay, listen.
Wait, I forgot to put your flags on.
We do the arm grip. I don't know if we're at the point where we like bring in
manly
like
arm
the,
grip,
yeah. I don't know if we do the pull in tap on the back. I don't know if we're that close yet. You know what I mean?
I mean,
This is spiraling really fast. How close are you guys?
Rory calls it the what does she call it? Does she call it the dad hug or the brother hug? She calls it the brother hug. Like when
that works.
Like when you go in and you do the 2 pat on the back and you back up. Like at least she calls it the brother hug. That's what my daughter calls it. So, I think pretty sure she goes, Daddy, give me the brother hug. Boom, boom. So funny. Anyways. This is supposed to be a dad stream, okay? We got dropped by one of the dads. I'm sorry you're not a dad, Cell. You make this awkward, okay? It was supposed to be 4 dads, all dads of daughters,
eating ice
sitting
cream
around
as
eating
well.
ice cream every stream. But no, Cell came in. I mean, he's like, don't get ice cream, okay? And it's not 4 dads.
I would get ice cream if you guys
Not to
told me in
mention,
advance.
if Josh was here, I wouldn't be the oldest one, to be clear.
It's okay, Boomer. It's just how it is. I'm getting kicked from the.
Yeah, you're about to get yeeted. All right. All right. So let's keep going.
That's terrible advice, Anno. Don't ever have children. They steal your soul.
Yeah. Well, you have children quickly. Oh boy. I waited till I was 30. I do recommend.
I'm gonna pass on getting a child at 20. I think I'm better off in life if I don't.
Yep. You just run outside and grab one real quick just for the stream. Don't do that. You think you can? I know you're in Oklahoma and that's what you guys do down there, but no.
We got some standards, okay?
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, let's keep going. Yeah, I know green. The Norwegians actually have like standards of living. So, or you can be from New Zealand where you just feed them to the birds, So, She actually is going to do a diagnosis. For this diagnosis, this is actually going to be you, sir. If you could open up Lyra's sheet and go ahead and click that button for her medicine check or whatever the hell it's called.
The heal check.
Yeah, that one.
Roll high, friends.
Wow. She rolled a 25.
Can you luck it?
Well, she has a 25.
Oh, 25. Oh,
It's
it's 25?
25.
Then it's fine.
Yeah, +2 to treat diseases and poisons. Okay, you know what? That's actually a really good roll. I won't lie. That's actually a really good roll. So, Sel, remember how I said your character wouldn't be back for the next month's rolls?
Is he back?
She, after a few days of checking on him, she gives the report telling you, and we can actually introduce her personality a bit here. Let me just think about her for a second, because we actually made her with a hype train, not with a whole bunch of text. Okay, so she'll actually report to you. Warlord, I've come with the reports for you from Shadow Naito and his condition.
Yes,
Is he not? Oh, him.
Yeah, not you. You're a.
Are you trying to steal my advisor
Of
again?
course! I'm trying to steal all your advisors. Listen.
Sel, go back to your kingdom. All right, you're not here.
Chat. We can have another poll to see if we should just give Sel Jake's advisors.
No, we won't have another poll about that at all.
So, what did you say to her?
More or less, just like, yeah. What's the report?
Well, he seems to have come into contact with some poison that has rendered him unconscious. You're aware of this. Now, it's a bit dangerous, but I think we can actually help to awaken him sooner, bring him to his senses, which would be good, considering he's in a vulnerable state. It's hard to feed him and whatnot, but we can use this to our advantage. I believe if we starve him a good bit, we can actually allow him to awaken sooner. I know it sounds a bit risky. He'll be given the appropriate fluids, maybe even more than I usually would, but we starve the body, and that would cause the reaction to awaken him sooner than he would. He may be a bit unhappy when he awakens, but at least he will wake.
I trust your judgment, Lyra. If it wasn't for you, I might be dead myself. You've served me well before. Continue to serve me now.
She gives
But
a head bow.
Make sure we don't lose the brother of the warlord Tessel. It wouldn't be good for us to lose an ally so quickly.
I don't intend to. I'm unfortunately just a hype train character, so I cannot become a vivisectionalist. So, oh god, I would love this character as a vivisectionalist. Chat, we gotta talk. All right. So, anyways, so she just once again she doesn't respond. She just gives another like a deep head bow, and then she will turn and walk out of the chamber to go and see to his medicinal aid, and that'll proceed for some time. I know that there was some stuff going down out inside the Kushibashi, Nick. Please remind me, because I do apologize. It has been a long day for me. What was it in Kushibashi that had just transpired? I know you had wanted to prepare the documents, which had already been done with the other clans earlier, as well as your own here, to send to the north and to the east. You also were sending back all of the soldiers that had survived. You actually let them go back, as well as those 2 lieutenants and threats. You actually kept their general, gave her an opportunity inside of your kingdom. She's staying with you and acting as a warden, which... hello, that's an amazing ally to get. But was there anything else? I felt like there was something else you were working on over there that I should pull my attention to.
Yeah, I mean, the big development that happened by Kuchibachi was Kuchibashi was this little teeny tiny red herpy kind of sitting up here at the top of the map that got uncovered.
Oh yeah, hey,
Yeah.
hey, oh look at that! You got a pustule. Yeah, he's talking about chat. Just so you know, he's talking about this up here. All right, cool. So I imagine this means that. Oh, and Cell, don't forget we have to take care of your
Explorers or
exploration.
magic items.
Yep, exploration.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that on my turn.
So back to you, Nick. What are you gonna do about that?
Turtle up. No, I don't know yet. I think his thoughts are going to be, I'm going to take over these, secure these 3 hexes. I mean, I just built that watchtower. I'm probably going to want to try to move into this river tile here, secure that. That way I've got a strong border between these guys and, everything else, so we can have a nice clear line of division. I will probably notify both Cell and whatever the fuck their names are. I don't even like you guys.
Shado and Dead Show.
Yeah, Shado and Dead Show. And that there's activity going on slightly to the north, and we don't know who they are or where their loyalties lie.
Okay. So I imagine during your own thing, unless you intend to do a diplomatic edict, which you can do during your next kingdom phase, you can do a diplomatic edict. You can also do an exploration edict. Those are 2 different things that you can think about doing in your next phase. But I think in short, what you're trying to say is just kind of like planning over here. You're like, I'm going to grab this hex. I'm going to prepare it as quickly as possible and potentially even build a settlement there.
Correct.
So you're already thinking of town number 2. That's pretty cool. As a reminder, when you're talking about your control DC, which we're going to click on next for a moment, when you think about your control DC, you get a number of control DC increased by the size of your kingdom, right? But you also get increased by the number of districts you have, and creating a new settlement creates a new district, right? So that would actually increase your control DC by 2, which is fine, just making sure that you're aware of it. Cool.
Sure.
So that's kind of what you're thinking about, but nothing that you can immediately act upon. So we're going to wait on that one. I always forget whose kingdom rolls are next, but that's fine. We're going to flash forward a little bit to, because Cell, there was nothing immediately you were handling other than your brother, correct?
No.
Okay. When you head back home, because you were obviously now the longest from home since you left to go join in your allies and freeing Kushibashi, are you going to, when you arrive home, kind of like, how do you bring about the news of what had transpired, why it all transpired, what's going on forward? How do you bring about this news to your people?
He would bring it as like news from the temple. Like he would have a gathering to like of his order to deliver the news to the people. He would explain basically the entire situation, everything that happened, and then for their victory, he would start a celebration.
Okay. So to actually deliver this news to your people, is this something that you're going to want to do yourself? I'm looking at your actual group over here. You have your heart tender that can handle it for you, which is Gorza. Gorza is actually a really cool character, especially since she got her traits recently. Do you want your heart tender, or do you want your warlord yourself to deliver the news to the people?
Tessa would want to deliver it, especially at this point, since he's been gone so long.
Then I'm going to want you to open up a character sheet, please, sir. And for Tessel, I'm going to open it up for you myself. I need you to roll for me. I think it's an oratory check.
Yeah. When I level up, I need to put like 4 more points into that.
Yep, you're good. So why don't you go ahead and roll me your oratory check as you're delivering this news to your people. Beautiful. Oh my God.
I don't need a luck. I think it's fine.
Interesting. Okay. So you go ahead and you deliver the news to your people, giving them a moment of, reprieve. Try to deliver to them kind of like a heads up on all the details that are happening. One of the things that you notice while you're delivering this speech is you can actually see one of your advisors kind of comes into the wings of where it is that you're giving your speech. And it catches your eye and actually even throws you off a little bit. Had you noticed it earlier, it maybe even would have given a slight penalty or damper to the speech that you gave there. But luckily, you're already most of the way through before you noticed it. But it kind of throws you off your game just ever so slightly because they seem to be really pushing, wanting to have a conversation with you right now. There's something very important they feel as though is to talk to you about.
Then seeing this,
After you give your speech, of course.
after he gives it up, he would like give them like one moment. He would walk down off the stage. I'm assuming like since it's like a celebration, there's like kind of a feast set up.
Mhm.
He'd go to the food, get like the first cut of whatever like the meat is, right? Breaking the celebration, grab a drink, 2 drinks, and then walk over back to his advisor.
So you go over to your advisor. Your advisor isn't just anybody. Oh Jesus! Your advisor just isn't just anybody. It is actually Tic-Tung. Tic-Tung you haven't been introduced to in the campaign yet, but it's obviously somebody that's been with your clan for a little while. Tic-Tung himself is a hobgoblin that joined you some time ago. Honestly, for a class, they're just a commoner, but that's because they actually started off as being a miner. They actually were a miner that works themselves up, having been previously of Paradel, then works their freedom, or got their freedoms one way or another, out of Paradel and brought themselves to your actual clan, and found themselves a name in your clan by being an incredibly strong-minded and capable miner that really worked to catch your eye, because their own keen eye in identifying minerals, metals, the value of them really, really well. It's actually, they can walk into a vein and within like a day know whether or not it's worth you investing your time into it. And at first you're a little skeptical and sometimes mind even when you told them not to, but when you realize it was a waste of monies, but in other places where they told you to mine and it wasn't, you really started giving this person more credence and eventually promoting them to being the sentinel of your clan. Now Tic-Tung comes to you. They looked a little bit flustered, and they walk up to you and like, Warlord, I have important news to deliver to you.
Speak, Tic-Tung. And he hands him the drink.
He takes it and says, thank you, and takes a moment to take a large swig.
Seeing that, Teshel takes a swig with him.
There is news from the east of here. We've put our sights to the east. We wanted to expand outwards to the base of the mountains over there. I know that you've had interest in it, something that we've put some investment into. Usually you can see it on the map, but for some reason the map blanked itself out and we can't see it, and maybe during the break Scott will fix it. But in the meanwhile, the chunk of mountains that we had found some ore in that we were going to mine into, we also found volcanic activity there. It seems as though our immediate foray into the mountain's edge is going to bring about a bit of danger. Now, I don't know much about this mountain. It would require a degree of expedition into that area for us to see if it's going to be lying somewhat dormant, or if it seems like it's going to cause us problems in the future. But I wanted to hear your opinion on the matter. If you think I should personally send an expedition out there and look into it.
We should scout it. We don't want to be too hasty. We don't want to throw our people's lives away into lava flow and such.
I know that we were perhaps months away from actually acquiring this land and being able to set mines into it, but it was something that we were interested in doing as soon as possible. If you would like, I will head out soon. I'll gather together supplies and peoples. It will cost a bit for us to do, but I will take an expedition there and look into exactly how these mines are really set.
Tessel nods. Stay safe, Tic-Tung. That's all I ask of you.
If I may be so bold as to request, you know that's Jorman. He himself has a degree of understanding with such things, and he is a devout worshipper of Snaga the Abusive. Perhaps a little paying some homage to the god of magma would do well, I could bring him with me.
He nods. Ask Dorman. If he agrees to go with you, then he'll come. I don't want to pull him from his tasks if he feels he's too busy for it.
He nods, listens to all this, and he says, I would like to head out immediately. And I'll just say this one more time to make sure that we're seeing things well. Your brother, he has not yet returned. With the two of us leaving, it would leave you a bit vulnerable. This
My
is
brother-
important, but
He'll live.
he nods slowly. All right. He nods slowly and allows that to pass. And that happens. Cool. Awesome. So that plays out, and one of the things that you kind of notice when your the feast is going on is it's not something that immediately kind of catches your eye, but definitely one of the things that you notice is there seems to be a report that the feast was somewhat disrupted by the number of they look like, what are they, grasshoppers that have come into the area as well. It's actually a surprising number of them that have somewhat disrupted the feast. It had its effect. The people are happy, but it's not like it's going to give you a boost to loyalty. And I don't know if you even spent any BP on this feast or not. But
I assumed it's one of my. I have like monthly holidays, I think. Or quarterly.
do you
So I
have
just
it set to monthly? Let me just check.
It's that or quarterly.
Oh, you have
Yeah, it's
monthly,
monthly
actually.
holidays.
Yeah, cool. So
I
you
assume
benefit
it's
from
in
that. Yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. So again, you get no like additional benefit from that or anything like that because unfortunately there's like a number of like grasshoppers that are just kind of disrupting the feast. Something that is not just seen by you, but also by Varix over in the Clan Densho. Clan Densho deals with many things that cross over the borders of the Barren Lands and into the southern Kajinxi. But that doesn't change the fact that there's a considerable number of grasshoppers that have been coming into the area as well. You guys don't refer to them as grasshoppers, though. You refer to them as locusts, of course. And that's also something that was noticed that appeared almost immediately after the rain stopped inside the Kushibashi clan as well. There is a good number of them. As a matter of fact, an even greater number over there than you're seeing in the other two kingdoms, as perhaps they're coming from the woods themselves. Or maybe they're just growing in numbers over here because you're so close to the woods. Whatever the case may be. Either way, days continue to pass, and eventually we get to the point where we're going to have to do another kingdom roll, and this is going to be for Celsius in a moment. But at the same time that we're leading into this kingdom roll, we actually have emissaries coming from the clans to the north. Did I ever define the name of the three northern clans for you guys?
I don't think so.
I never did. Huh. That's funny. 1 second. So this is from the primary clan, the one that actually like is like the lead clan to the north. They're actually known as the Karuka clan. So whereas you guys are the Karuk, they take that name for their own namesake and really like hold it up and high. So they are the Karuka clan. Karuka sends representatives down. Representatives saying that they actually want to speak with the three clans that are making an accusation. So the three of you are of course going to have to meet inside one of the clans once again, though you're welcome to decide whose clan is going to host this time. And it's not as crazy or formal as before. This is less about like, let's make a deal, and more of where we have important business matters to go over, right? So you guys are more than welcome to not spend a bunch of PP. You're welcome to spend, if you want, 1 PP, either individually or each. If it's individual, it'd be the hosting person. Who wants to host this? Keep in mind, you're trying to show what it is that happened to Karuka clan. Please.
I mean, I'd offer to have it again, but
I would
you
lean
know, it
towards
happened
Nick's
last time,
clan.
but obviously,
Yeah, I can host. That's fine.
I would lean towards Nick's because his talent city's gonna have the most destruction from the surprise attack
true.
because of the fighting in
Yeah.
the city multiple times and like the bigger battles.
Mm-hmm.
And his general lady's there where she can give her testimony.
Oh, I didn't even think about her. Good work.
Okay. So you're going to do it inside Kushibashi, which means that unfortunately you're going to have to leave your clan for a little bit. So that's okay. You'll still be home for the kingdom rolls, right? But you are going to leave your clan for a little bit. So why don't we take care of this RP moment before we get into the next kingdom roll bit, right? So your characters are all going to be heading off to the east and to the west and to the north to be held up inside Kushibashi clan's. What's the name of your capital there? Shinren. So you guys are going to be heading over to Shinren. Nick, you being the host to the Karuka clan, do you want to spend 1 BP? And would anybody else like to bring a BP and gifts for the quality of this kind of presentation to this meeting? And while you guys are deciding that, just so everybody knows in chat, this is obviously going to be an emissary coming from the north, not one of the primary leaders like what happened beforehand. So this isn't going to be like Legrand's diplomat or anything like that. Go ahead to you guys.
Yeah, I'll drop a BP.
Would anybody else like to?
No, I don't have enough BP that I don't want to spend anymore. I would bring my grand diplomat or my envoy.
Okay.
I wouldn't, because it's not that type of meeting, like you already stated.
Yeah, but I'm bringing her because she has she was a part of the building of the case, so she could bring like more information to it if needed.
I'll bring 2 of my advisors as well, obviously.
You're bringing 2 advisors?
Yep.
You guys like making these meetings complicated for me. Okay, so I'm going to post this inside here so you guys can have it written down, and if you want to, you can copy and paste on some notes that you might have for yourselves. Karuka Azug, Azug is the person's name. So, so the
What's their rank?
they're an emissary.
Okay, just an emissary.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They're not one of the
Yeah.
the leaders. Yeah, you are very much beneath them. So they own lands bigger than all 3 of your kingdoms combined. So they come down and to meet with you, this emissary to meet with you. And so Nick, you spend 1 BP. Each of them are going to bring their wait. Are you You're bringing 2 advisors?
I'm just bringing my envoy.
Okay. And which 2 advisors are you bringing, Jake?
My general and my high priest.
What is the name of your envoy?
Ilya.
Oh, I got it right here. Yeah. Okay. And you're bringing who, Jake?
I'm bringing Urzog and Aurorum.
Just gotta make sure I have those open. Aurorum and Urzog. Oh, gotcha. Bringing a general with you. Okay. Okay. Cool. And Nick, obviously, you have your entire team with you. Cool. But most important person here is going to be your. Actually, you have 2 very important people. Oh wait, no, Ryan doesn't come from the north. That's actually his. That's Barricks's. Okay, cool. So, anything, Nick, before I get this started, before we actually get into the RP of this one, is there anything that Shala is going to be doing or focusing on in the interim?
Shit. I mean, if we know who these emissaries are, she's going to try to get some background. I need to know what clans or territories they're coming from, etc.
Well, you know what clan, obviously, but go ahead.
Yeah. Come back with a general feel of their disposition towards the whole situation. Just basic intel.
Sure. So for basic intel in this situation, because she's not going to be like able to spy that out necessarily, it's going to be more of her knowledge warlords check. So you can have her roll that as an aside. But before you do that,
can you give me Karzog's sheet, by the way?
Whose?
Karzog?
Oh, is that not under your name yet?
No, it is not.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is now. Actually, are there some of them are under your name? Just check this. Oh, not you. Let's check something really quickly. Like a shaman? Shaman? Okay, yeah. It's just not all under my name. Okay, cool. Yep, you're good. I think you have all of them under your name now. You do.
Awesome. So I think that, I mean, as far as this is concerned, I think that's pretty much it. Other than trying to identify, you know, who these people are to the north, but that's a different topic.
They are literally emissaries of the northernmost and most powerful clan.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the number one, the Big Daddy. Okay, cool.
Big.
So you're gonna roll that knowledge warlords check for me to see if they have any knowledge of this person.
Yeah.
Okay. That is unfortunately you're not able to glean any information about this individual.
Fuck Shala. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's the person is just there's too many emissaries across too large of a kingdom. It's too far away for you to know who this is. All right, cool. So let's actually get into the RP then. So Nick, set the scene for us. Where is this taking place inside your capital? What does this room look like? Set it for us.
Sure thing. As with everything else important that happens in my capital, it's in the brewery. No, just kidding. It's in the barracks. Definitely the barracks, or the garrison, I should say. So again, very war room style. It's Narin, so there's not much fluff. It's everything's streamlined, cut and clean. I'm not a streamers and fancy folded napkins kind of host.
Okay. So cut clean, kind of basic, very militant looking, so on and so forth. The person that actually comes in to speak with you, as you saw that I posted inside your chat for you, their name is Karzuka Azug, right? That's what you can refer to them as. Sorry, Karuka Azug. Because they're clearly somebody of high position, so you're going to want to show them respect. Technically speaking, your position is higher than theirs, and so they have to show you respect in kind, but we all know, being the king of Poopland, and being the king of being the viceroy of something much larger, even though technically your title's higher, they're way more important than you are, right? So you guys will pay mutual respect to one another to keep things civil. So when they come in, they actually don't just come in. So they actually come in and will have a meeting with you. They have no guards that come into your the building with you, of course. Any guards that are coming along are coming to stay wherever it is that you appoint for them to have room and board and so on and so forth. When they sit down at the meeting, I imagine you have some degree of hors d'oeuvres or food or whatever it is. They'll come and say, I appreciate your taking me on such short notice. I know that emissaries were just sent, word was just sent very recently for us to have this conversation, and all of you have come rather quickly. I imagine this is because of the urgency of the matter. Why do you love my microphone so much?
Kind of broke it. Thank you, Karuka. It is I am honored for you to come, and that's at such a short notice. I hope you're enjoying the deviled eggs.
I prefer them with a little bit more paprika, but the bacon on top makes a nice twist.
We have bacon.
Yes, we actually skim the flanks off of Karak.
Oh, yes, the dead invaders. Yes, Invader Belly, the best bacon.
Best bacon.
So again, just general honors. Again, he's as little fluff as possible. So we'll get right down to brass tacks. I don't want to keep you and your men away from your homes or your duties. And to be quite frank, it is both sparse here in the borderlands and quite dangerous. So.
Yes, I actually have received news, reports of what had transpired down here. And in part of that, so we've heard that you have had a bit of a loss in the family, he says, looking over to Shadow Tessel.
My brother lives.
He does. He asks.
He nods.
Oh, my apologies, I didn't see the nod. He says, then of sturdy stock you must be.
Tough miners.
He nods. The ore that comes from from the Tessel, from the Shadow clan, has much been appreciated up in the north, and it's certainly a matter we can touch on shortly. But in the meanwhile, we have business to attend to. There is an accusation being made against a clan of great renown and considerable respect I need the evidence that you have put forward about this clan. We need to come to conclusions.
Yes.
I'm assuming we left part of the evidence here. We didn't send it all north, I assume.
Yeah,
Of course, obviously. And you also put together a good amount of reports and so on and so forth and blah, blah, blah.
So is it Desero or Deserox? I don't know how we're pronouncing that name, the counselor.
That's up to you, man. It's your counselor.
I'm going to go Desero.
Okay.
Because I will.
It's a girl.
Okay.
So it's all
Yeah.
you, man.
So Desero, bring Karzug and Shala and present our findings.
Okay. So Karzug and Shala will do exactly that to present the findings as you just stated. Now, the thing with this is that Karzug is going to give a testimony of what had transpired. Shala will do the same. Shala was also able to procure a good amount of evidence off of the different people that were interrogated for details that they heard on their own. I'm going to actually pull up these character sheets really quickly. Shala, open. Yep.
Tessel would tell Elia to give to also give the evidence we built after them.
Okay. So, as a war leader, Karzug is not the most convincing of people, unfortunately. She is has almost no charisma. So, but she's going to do the best she can to try to be persuasive in the details that she has. She's going to roll, adding to Nick's, and everybody's kind of like, this is going to be a big check, trying to add to the convincing of what is happening here. This is her trying to aid Nick. She doesn't technically aid unless somebody wants to luck that to make sure she breaks a 10.
I'm good.
It's up to you, Nick.
It's a plus. That's a +2, right?
+1.
Luck as
Is it a
a
+1?
yeah, it's a +2. Yes, sir.
Oh, +2.
Yeah,
Then I would
it's
do
worth
it.
a modifier.
How many luck dice do we have left? You guys are blowing through these.
It looks like at least 5.
Find out. Just press the
fuck
button.
it. Yeah, let it roll.
Roll it, Nick.
Hold on.
And you can always see how many are left underneath
My
it at the bottom there.
God.
Okay. So you say you actually have a bit more than that. So she actually is going to deliver because of who she is and what regard she has. A typical aid another actually counts as only a +2. From her, it actually counts as a +4. So it was a very good idea to make sure that her testimony was heard and respected, because she actually gives you a +4 because she has turned her back on the clan from before and actually has a degree of honor and respect for previous interactions with other clans in the past, though granted not so personal, not so in the future. So yeah, she actually is a +4 modifier. Good call on that one. Then, of course, you have Shala. Shala, of course, trying to make sure that she provides all the information that she procured as well. Shala is going to be doing 2 things in this situation. One, both trying to be convincing. Providing. You guys do crits on this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually over 20 is a +3. We allow Shala to so eloquently put out such details that she was able to procure from the peoples, including signs, testimonies, and whatnot from several people and whatnot, including having a few people that chose to stay behind in with Kushibashi, saying that they didn't want to return, similar to how Cell was offering beforehand, to even give witness as to how it was that their leader had died, which is whatever story you guys choose to put forward. The one that had died before, what's his name there? Fuqua.
Fuqua. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuqua.
So how Fuqua died, that she's actually going to provide a +5. You guys are actually rocking a +9 modifier just with those 2 already. It's crushing it. Beautiful. What is it that Tessel and Vex, Tessel and Varix are able to offer?
I'm gonna assume, since I've brought like 47 of their troops home with me, that I've gotten testimony from the people there. That we've compiled it with me and Aaliyah have compiled it into like more written testimony.
So you allow Aaliyah to give the deliver it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So Leah is going to give her own diplomacy. Oh boy. No, I'm going to let you roll that.
Yeah, it's I rolled a 3, but it's a 23 still, so it's fine.
Do you want to log it? No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, with the 23, she's still able to provide, Jesus, she's still able to provide a +3 to the check as well, giving you guys a net result of a plus 12. This guy is not a low DC. You know, I don't know if you ever looked at diplomacy. Diplomacy can get quite difficult. So plus 12 so far is a really good thing. So you're able to provide aid that way. And then Varix, how is it that you're able to provide your case to this matter?
Varix doesn't really make a case. Like, they have the bits of cutlery, everything that they've managed to gather. He's like more or less let the other two take into evidence and write, you know, and so they've taken control of that. The only thing Varix would do was, like, he'd more or less state that he'd been wronged in like the worst possible way, hosting an event where ties are to be made only to be then poisoned and attacked by that clan. Like, he wouldn't really present evidence so much as speak his outrage at them and how low they are.
So what you're saying in this matter is that you're actually not even going to be talking about what it was that, like, you're not talking about evidence. You're talking about the amount of dishonor that was delivered. Yeah. And like you said, the delivery that you would do here, I would actually allow you to deliver this as a intimidation check. For we need recompense for what it was. Head should roll. That sort of. Go ahead, sir. Roll an intimidation check.
Great stats.
I hope it's high.
26.
You guys are crushing these rolls. This is like disgusting. The only bad roll was somebody who was automatically huge because of who she was, right? So then you have a plus 15 modifier. And Nick, so you're actually going to finish delivering the case because you're the host, you're the primary speaker, so on and so forth.
No, if it only was me, I'd be so huge.
Oh. Yeah.
Where's
that one?
Does anyone want to give him a Winifred's by any chance?
No.
Give me that natty one, boys.
So
what's your diplomacy, Nick?
he's got a solid diplomacy. He's got a solid diplomacy. Go ahead, Nick. Give it a roll.
Yes, but I'm rolling.
Hold on. I'm going to give you a 15 modifier on there. Go ahead, sir.
Find it. Diplomacy.
Natty one. Come on, chat. Chant it. Can we get some ones in chat?
It's a double one.
Double one.
Nice.
Got confused.
Honestly, do you want to luck it to try to get the 40?
Fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
Luck it.
Mm-hmm.
38. Still good, but not 40.
Beautiful. All right, so you get the 38 total for this check. Is there nothing else modifying? Nothing else I could think of? No. So yeah, you get the 48 total, which is 38 total, which is huge. Oh, Green tried to give you. It's his fur, Nick. Oh, he's into it. Do we allow it? Do we allow Greens in there? Do I accept the Winifred's? Oh, sorry, Nick. A Winifred's Wisdom is a +5 to a single skill check. Chat, spam in chat really quickly without me having to do a poll. Either yes or no, allow it, don't allow it, whatever you want to say. Spam it quickly. So Nick, just so you know, Winifred's Wisdom, there's a few different things you're going to notice as chat goes on that affect combat and stuff like that. One of them is Winifred's Wisdom. That's just a +5 to one skill check of your choice. These generally last for the session, so if you don't use it, you lose it. You know what I mean? So usually you want to use it. Sometimes we can kind of remember them and hold on for next time. But there's other ones that will affect combat as well. The combat ones are really nice, especially when you see the Vroga one. So
Snaga, why?
I think it's a universal yes. So do we want to add a +5 to it? So we get
okay. So instead of a 38, you get a 43. So you guys deliver your case, and you deliver a considerable amount of evidence to this man. And he just kind of like looks over the papers, the details, this, that, and the other thing, looks it over and says, I cannot speak entirely on behalf of Clan Karaka. But what I can say is you have put forward a very solid case. There will be investigation into this matter beyond just this meeting. I have a very strong feeling things will go in your favor. The question is whether or not you'll be prepared for that ruling. I suggest you prepare yourselves. It could take a few months to have details work out, but if the gates are open, they likely will be limited. I've come for another matter. It has come to our attention that down in the south, you are seen as weak and easy to pick off of because there aren't enough ties sets between your there isn't enough respect shown the way of your clans as there should be for all that you have delivered to the clans to the north. He looks to Shadow Tessel and says, Clan Shadow has delivered considerable amounts of ore, considering the small size and puny nature of the clan. I want you to understand that we appreciate how much you've been sending to the north. We don't know if this is you overtaxing your people or just being very skilled at what it is you do. The lumber that burns, that fuels the forges to the north, is very much appreciated from Clan Kushibashi. We owe much gratitude. Now, our winters in the north are not as cold as they are in the south, but perhaps our blood has grown thin. We burn even more of it with each passing winter than we had in many years in the past. And as you keep those fires churning, we owe our thanks. And we have not seen a single specter, not seen a single dead in the north in its entire existence. And we owe much of that gratitude to the Ashen Orc, and of course to Clan Densho. For this we have brought to you a one-time thanks for all it is that you have done in the past, and to show that Clan Kuraka does stand with those that work hard and show their respects to the north. Even when they are so removed, oversight is very small. And for that, he's going to deliver to you all of the BP that chat has been giving to you over the course of the past IRL, like 3 months. Now, there's been a couple delivered before I turned it off today, as well as what it was that I actually had saved up after recent stuff. So it's going to take me a moment to scroll up because I've been making characters and doing a lot of stuff like that recently. So give me a moment to scroll all the way back up to that, and I do apologize for the delay for this. Nope. Slave Hunter. Nope. Above all this. Jeepers Creepers. Here we are. Okay. So, wait. Oh, here we go. It is supposed to be, Celsior is supposed to get, so Cell, if you actually look in the hamburger menu, you can see the chat BP button. You're going to click that, but before you actually plug in a number, so you click the D20, and your number is going to be 6 plus, hold on a second here. There's only 4 that came in today, I think. 1, where are you? 2, 3, 4. This is some monies for good measure, but it doesn't say who. This says from Snake to Jake, but he's as broke, from Snake to Jake, but he's as broke as a joke. And that wasn't even Snake that sent it. Cell, you get 1 more, so you get to roll 7.
Boom.
Norway, if you'd like to tell me who delivered yours. Bam.
A lot of 2s.
Yep, because you're actually rolling D2s on this one. Norway, who is yours meant for? So you actually got 12 BP delivered to you from them. Remember, 4,000 times that is the gold piece value in this.
That's
Nick,
a lot.
for you, sir, you got from Steve 1 more. So Nick, you got 6 plus 1, 7 as well. So
Gotcha.
click that little thing in the hamburger menu.
Yep, the chat BP one.
Yep, and then press 7. I'm still waiting for Norway to tell me whose his was meant for. Hey, there you go. Whoever you want, Scott. Okay, then I'm going to give it to Jake. Jake, you actually had the most with 8, but we're going to give you the one from LD. Nope, wrong. The one from Steve. Nope, wrong.
Nor
The one from Sir Keegan. Sir Keegan's the one that with the little rhyme there. So I get you to 9, and then the one from Norway gets you to 10. So you're going to be rolling that with 10. And the only reason why I'm giving you 10 is because you're probably going to roll all 1s, and it's only going to equal 10 anyways. So I wanted to make sure that, you had a chance here. It's pity. It's pity. It's what it is. It's all pity.
I'll
And Jake is poor.
Poor Jake.
take
Give him a hug.
it is true. He is the poor one.
It's all that
Where do we put
socialism.
the number? When I click it, chat BP comes up with Densho. Do I submit that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just for the name on the top.
Oh, yeah,
so you
how
can
many?
see.
There we go. Yeah,
And then you gotta press 10.
Great.
Oh my god, you did roll almost all ones.
Yep. Look at that.
That thing.
You rolled 3 more dice than them and got barely more. And that's why it was a good thing we gave it to Jake. See? And think about
that's
this.
a lot of ones.
That last roll was a 2. That means if he didn't give that to you, if Norway didn't give that to you, or me in Murray's behalf, you would have been an 11.
Yep.
It still would still be better than you in
Thank
so
you,
many ways.
everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Keep reminding me.
That's why all your advisors want to come join my kingdom. Just so much better.
Because they actually get paid.
Ouch.
They get paid, you know. Do they get extra respected, you know? Like,
And they whistle while they work.
hey, it's needed in the mines to like make sure you can know where everyone is, you know? You hear
Oh,
whistling
how can you be
stops.
better when you can't drink? Ouch. I mean, he can.
It's true.
I mean, I don't know like my daughter can drink. My daughter's 5. She can legally drink. Just to be clear.
No, I can't.
Like,
North Carolina's a dry place.
Oh, I don't know. In Massachusetts, you can a parent or grandparent in the privacy of their own home can legally provide alcohol for their child, any age. So Aurora can have some scotch by law if I gave it to her. So just so you're aware. I mean, Nick knows. Your little sisters were always allowed to have a couple sips of wine with it. Not always, I shouldn't say always, but occasionally, which is a good thing. I think it's a good thing for children to have a couple sips when they're kids. My parents used to let me have a couple sips here and there of beer. You know, teaches you respect and responsibility.
That's how my parents got me to do yard work.
Well, that's a little different, but you know.
Just a little bit.
Actually, you were Rhode Island. Never mind. You went
That's
from
right.
one town to another town. So by the time they were doing that to you, that was illegal.
Yeah, you're the cesspool of Massachusetts and New York, and and Connecticut. Really, it's just that. It's just the shit.
But all right. So, anyways, we So he delivers that to each of you and says, "I'll be taking this paperwork, this evidence, and everything, and delivering it back. Again, don't expect to hear anything from us for a few months' time, but I do expect things to go well. Thank you for the hospitable greeting that you've provided, the room and the board that you've provided for us. We'll be leaving at daybreak. There's no reason for us to spend any more time on the border, as you said. It is dangerous here."
Tessa would say, and if Warlord Karuka or you yourself or any other advisor to the Warlord desires any weapons from Clan Tessel, we will I'll make my Forge Master personally make them.
He nods and says, "I'm not sure what degree of skill your Forge Master may be, and no offense to whoever they may be, but we do have incredibly fine craftsmen in the north. The way that the Daelish are able to twist the metals has been beneficial to us."
You know,
We lost him.
That's funny because Varix is wearing Daelish armor.
Yep, and technically Jorman came from Dylan's.
yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna have to like have an argument about it.
Like, fuck you, bro. I know. Where do you think I got him from? Like, anyways, it's almost one of those things where it's like only the Scots know how to make really good Scotch or really good whiskey. It's like, why do you think I have this accent? You know, which I won't do because it's offensively bad. I could just, what is it, Sean Connery? Yes. Show it be. Whatever. So you, after things are said and done, he'll actually end up leaving the meeting relatively quickly. There's no reason for him to linger around. Leaving the three of you, if you choose to have any quick little RP with one another, before you also go your own separate ways to manage your own kingdoms.
Would the weapons been finished? The Bone Scepter.
I would say,
Nagata?
unfortunately, no. In this situation, you guys were actually called to a meeting quicker than you all expected to be. And I don't think we had Joey roll on it, did we? Not Joey, but Jorman.
I think he failed his first roll.
Yeah, so he did roll on it, failed, so it was definitely not ready. And the other one, you're just having somebody else make. I said it'll auto succeed. It's just not done yet.
Yeah, so fuck out of my house.
Um,
10:30 already.
both of your weapons are still under construction. I will send them with men once they've finished.
For mine with women, but yeah, that's cool.
Well, your brother is recovering. Hopefully,
I
it won't
will-
be too much longer.
I would like to stop by to see him on our way back.
Well, I'll be leaving in the morning if you wish to accompany us.
He nods.
You guys will head back in the morning. Again, we'll get to the kingdom rolls in a moment. As you can imagine, as you stop by Clan Clan Densho, just because of how much time's passed and you're traveling up there and you're traveling back. When you guys return to Clan Densho, one of the things that you'll notice when you go to check on your brother is that the room that he's in, when you go to knock on the door to be allowed for entrance, the person that opens the door is a creature like you've never seen before. It's a standing cat person, like legitimately like a feline creature standing before you. Now, if I remember correctly, we're in the springtime, right?
Yes.
Okay. And 2 months had passed. I don't know if we ever actually kept track of this on your character sheets, but springtime would be, what did we start in? When's spring? April? So it's already May, and then we're not month 3 yet, are we? We've only done 2 rolls?
We've only done
So,
2.
April,
But
May.
if you wanted to spring, it'd start in March, theoretically.
So sure, so March, April, so it's going to be May now, because we're going to be in the beginning of May. So we can change all of those sheets to May. So you'll see a cat person that's standing there before you, full fur, so on and so forth. She opens the door and says, "Oh, I'm to expect that you are Shadow Tessel, Warlord." And she bows.
He nods to her. I'm assuming you told me her name?
No, I didn't.
He says March, fucking dumbass. Mind you, in March we get snowstorms. In April,
yeah.
In April we get snowstorms. Actually, last year, the day before Easter, we got buried in 7 inches of snow. So he can say March, fucking dumbass, living in Georgia.
Yeah.
But up here we get snowstorms. So, and that's not global warming. We've had snowstorms in March and April for human history in New England. So, anyways.
Tessa would say, I don't believe I know your name nor title.
She says, she actually will look to Varix to see if Varix wants to say it. And it's a very quick glance to see if he looks to chime in, or if he doesn't look to, she'll speak, of course.
She can speak for herself.
Okay, so you just kind of like give a nod or look away or whatever it might be. And she says, "My name is Lyra. I am the overseer. I see to it that our home is cared for, as well as the representatives of the people of Clan Densho. And in this regard, I've been overseeing your brother. He is conscious, weak, but conscious. I hope you understands that I did all that I could to make sure that he was brought back to us as quickly as possible."
You have my deepest appreciation for your help.
She nods, like, a low, like, head nod. Her shoulders stay pretty straight, but a low head nod. And then she will, kind of like slip through the door, and out of your way, allowing you to enter the room. So it's just you, if Varix chooses to, Varix and your brother, Naito. When you go into the room, you can see Naito is propped up on a couple of, pillows. Pillows, of course, being like, mediocre cotton with, fluff, like, down or whatever inside them, to prop him up. He looks gaunt. I mean, your brother's a little bit older than you anyways, and so his features are a little bit pronounced than yours, but he actually looks, it's one of those things where for half a second you almost think that he's Perrin with like how gaunt he looks, right? Like he looks, cheekbones very exaggerated, his skin very pulled in. He looks very weak, his eyes sunken in. He looks like he hasn't eaten or rested in weeks, which is kind of true.
He kind of has a he's stepping. You see, he stops for a moment, but then continues walking. Is there like a chair next to him? I assume.
Is there a chair next to him? Yeah, yes.
Yeah. He sits in the chair and like grabs his hand. How do you fare, brother?
Ready to serve.
I believe you should have at least a few more days of rest before you come back.
I must admit, I ache even to drink or to eat. She says that I'm only allowed to have small sips of soup. I tell you, I can eat an entire hog if I could wrangle one.
Yeah, he smiles. I'm sure you could, brother. You always had a large diet or large appetite.
Was he hefty?
I assume not, but he's like a working man,
Yeah.
so I trust the healer, the overseer. I am no expert in healing. In fact, I have no knowledge of healing.
He says, I'm happy to be alive, but I wish perhaps we should have gotten a second opinion. There's this much of my microphone showing, and it still prefers my microphone. Stare at me. He says perhaps we should have gotten a second opinion in this matter.
Well, sadly, Clan Shadow lacks anyone with healing talents.
We'll have to remedy that in the future. I have a feeling there might be an advisor coming our way soon.
Wow. Are you psychic, brother?
Just delusional.
When you feel as if you can walk, send notice to our home. I will come to collect you.
I will do just that. Truth be told, I probably should rest now. Can you speak with her and make sure she provides more food? I feel as though she's trying to starve me. I have never felt hunger like this, and even when being punished by the previous warlord.
Tesso obviously like heavily like he clenches the chair, the arms of his chair. His like mouth is clenched. Hokai was known for their terrible acts.
Hokai could have gotten some lessons from her, he says, looking back across the way. She extracts much. And he actually will hold out like his arm, like lift it up, and you can see where she's using crude methods to extract samples of blood and whatnot from him.
Yeah, you can see Tesso's just like
Old
trying
medicine.
to keep his like frustration in, but after mentioning Hokai, you can see he's like kind of lost that like face, and he's kind of like holding himself in. I will speak with her.
Cat is right there, trying to heal.
But
Get him listening.
I don't wish to ruin her current process. Oh, there's kitty cat.
She's pressing her face against the gate, trying to get in.
Why doesn't she jump?
Because she's old and dumb.
Fair enough.
Just makes me laugh.
With that, Shadow, puts a hand on his shoulder, looks at him like, kind of sad that in the state he's in, upset almost more at himself, obviously, right? And then he kind of gets up.
Okay.
Overseer, may I speak with you? I understand that.
She's gonna be outside the room, but yes, you can go outside.
He walks out.
Yep.
Overseer, may you explain your methods of healing to me?
I will use layman's terms because I don't think you would understand much more. In short, he was suffering from a poison that would keep him there as long as it could feast off of his stable state. I needed to shock his system into waking up, so I allowed him to begin starving to death. This would bring about his senses much quicker than they otherwise would have. He would be still down for weeks, if not longer, had I not used this.
I'm sure you can understand the frustration when I see him, my brother, in that state. But I do trust your judgment because Varix trusts it. If you could feed him a bit more, if that's a possibility.
Have you ever suffered from starvation?
I don't believe, not to the extent he's been in, but I have been close in the mines.
Any degree would let you know the pains that come to one who eats too much when you're hungry. He is in a far worse state than you understands. It may hurt now, but it's better to be in pain than to be dead.
He nods.
He'll be able to return to you in several days' time, though he should perhaps be drawn by a wagon or carriage as opposed to making the trek himself. And when he returns home, he can return to perhaps one full meal stretched across an entire day's time and slowly work into more. He'll have to be watched after. I'm sure instinct will be the better of him, and he will not have a brother for much longer. His pain would be in vain.
He nods. If you could send me a day's notice of when he'll be better so I can send the wagon here ahead of time.
She nods. I don't know if you say anything to Varix before you leave.
He would look at Varix. We'll walk to wherever Varix would be. I assume he wasn't standing there the entire time. He's a busy person.
Yep.
Varix, is there anything else we wanted to discuss before my leave?
No, your brother will be returned. I'll send Urzog to escort him home.
I will send the wagon here ahead of time for his journey back. Your overseer recommends it.
Well, she's the best for a reason. He just nods at you.
Stay safe, and may the sun continue rising and setting.
Just nods at you.
It's like, cool. So
Hey,
when
listen,
he,
I'm trying to make stuff with the order, okay?
when he leaves, she'll actually turn to Varix and say to Varix, there is another matter to go over. Something that has transpired in your absence. I've collected a considerable amount of his blood to start doing tests with. I think we might be able to make a degree of antidotes for this. Something that would allow someone to have perhaps a bit of a resistance. I would not push so far as to say immunity, but a degree of resistance against this kind of poison. You said that this came from the woods, did you not?
That's what I was told. I wasn't there.
If an antidote can be procured, we might have a viable option, something that we can sell to your allies to the west. They might be interested in it.
And how would you go about procuring one, making one?
It would take some time, and it would require a degree of investments. I also need a proper apothecary to make this done. We don't have such facilities in our capital yet. There's no chance that either of your new allies have such facilities about, is there? There isn't.
I've been to both, and yeah, so he'd say I don't believe so.
Well, if you can procure such a thing in the near future, then I can keep the blood as stable as possible as long as possible, but as long as it's around, I'll try. If too much time passes, it'll be spoiled. Then we'll just have to extract more from another victim who is so equally subjected to the poison. In the meanwhile, though, you better deal with these locusts. They're all about the castle. We've been killing hundreds of them a day. It's only getting worse. as it is in all of the kingdoms.
Let's see. Whose responsibility would that be?
Oh, the overseer.
Oh, there we go.
Mortifer, smash. Mortifer does not smash bugs. Mortifer smashes people who are as weak as bugs. Allow me to show you. Smashes a bug. That is a person to Mortifer.
Right, well. I'll,
Oh,
finish
Mortifer
up
is
my
Fat
conversation.
Thor, but old. Do you guys remember Fat Thor? Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, I wish we had, what's his name? Treadmill Troll. Treadmill Troll would make us a Fat Thor Wade for us. Because Wade looks old, right? So we just like a Fat Thor Wade, and it would work perfectly. Ah, Pudge. Wow, that's a throwback. Pudge, Jesus. Anyways, for that like 2 sessions I played with, what's his name again? Crank Gameplays? Ethan. I know his real name's Ethan. I think it's Crank Gameplays. I don't know. Crank? I don't know. Crank Gameplays. Yeah, I was right. Okay, cool. Anyways, back to you guys. So, Cell, you have a injection of BP to your kingdom. So that's good news. You have a lot of money you can spend. We're going to have you rolling stuff in a second. First, Jake! We never had you roll
Yes.
from State Farm. We never had you roll what your event was going to be. Could you,
I guess we
sir?
skipped it, right? We skipped it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's
It's a
already
75%
been
this
passed.
time. Nope. Hey, chat.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that for next time, Scott, when we have to go back for something that I want.
Excuse me. Boom. So, hey, chat. Steve, I didn't ask you. Jake, who from chat is going to roll for you? It's a 75% chance. So, high to skip or low to skip, and who is rolling for you?
High to skip and we'll go Viking.
Viking. True blue.
Your
True
Fellow
blue.
Australian.
Oh yeah, that thing that you poked in the Discord, it made me happy. I love seeing the Coke can.
There we go. We get an event.
All
Uh-oh.
right.
Is it good or bad? That's the question.
Can Viking keep with the event rolls? Can we have Viking finish it up for us?
Yep.
All right, cool. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna whip it out. So, Nick, who actually rolled events before? Was it Nick?
No, none of us have.
Nobody
rolled yet.
have.
Oh, it was I think it was a different one then. Never mind. All right, so let me pull this up over here. All right, Viking, are you ready, Viking? Whoa! What is all these advertisements? Go away. Oh, I forgot. I don't have ad blocker on this one, so I get way more ads over here. Jesus, that's why I never show this over here. All right, cool. Viking, if you can go ahead and roll me a D100, please, sir. Events are not only bad, true. A 72? A 72 is a beneficial settlement event. Ooh. Viking, could you go ahead and roll me a D100, please? A 20. A discovery? Ooh.
See, the Aussies are coming through for each other. There we go.
All right. Discovery. All right. Scholars unearth a bit of ancient lore or devise important new research on their own. Fame increases by 1, and lore increases by 1d4. This is for your only settlement, Jake. So this is actually going to be over in your town, Kabe. Viking, I need you to choose somebody in chat to tell us what discovery this was. You don't get to do it yourself. You could feel free to pass the buck to another true blue if there is one in chat. I have no problem with you guys being having your nationalism. And I don't think I added that to your kingdom. I did to his though. I have to do this. Copy. That's on 6. So 8. So for Jake, we have to insert above. And we have to. Oh no! Wait. So. Oh, because we also inserted one there. That's why. Okay, so let's go back. I have to insert one up here too. I'll deal with that full play out afterwards. Let me just paste this here. And we'll deal with how this exact works in a minute. But what did we say it was? It's so discovery is +1 fame and +1 d4 lore. So fame here. And I have to adjust this so it actually applies. Oh, fame for your entire nation goes up by 1, right? Wow. That's cool. And lore goes up by 1 d4. Could you roll me a d4, please, Viking? See if this plays out well. Not well enough. I gotta go. You gotta pick up the peachy color. Give me that in the middle. Yay! Then we gotta do this. Gotta copy and paste you. This is super exciting for everybody. Everybody involved. All right. So what did he roll for D1, D4? A 1. So +1 to lore. And this doesn't actually apply anything right now. Again, I'll fix it afterwards, so it does. We'll worry about that one later on. Okay, Jake? All right, so that's good news there. Because I'm about to do a kingdom roll for Cell, if the two of you want to go ahead and you can even feel free to turn off your cameras and take a break. And then after Cell does his kingdom roll, we'll actually take a break as well. So you guys get a slightly elongated one, or you can stick around for it. It's entirely up to you. Cell, we're going to go ahead and do your kingdom roll real quick.
You said Naito would be back for this, right?
Naito actually is going to return in time to be here for this.
Let's go.
So, Cell, but you, as for whether or not your other allies are here, that's going to be something else. There's a percentage chance that your other 2 allies will not be here. Can you choose somebody in chat to roll for you a D100? Mind you, low is bad. Mind you, low is very bad for, very low is very bad for 2. Low is very bad for 1. Low is bad, and then it gets okay and better and better.
Hey, Rosin, are you there, Rosin?
Rosin's never here. She doesn't love us anymore. It's okay.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna ask.
Who did Viking choose, by the way, to write the idea?
Okay, I'll do my mom,
Hey.
LD.
LD, hey mom. Help
Mom.
him out, mommy.
Mom, roll high for me, please. Thank you. You rolled an 83.
83. Okay, 83 is a really good roll. So they are going to come back with news for you. So I have to actually do this really quick. Actually, you know what? I have to I have to fix some stuff on stream before we do this because of your exploration. Why don't we take our break, and then we'll come back and do the roll. That actually makes more sense because your exploration thing. All right, everybody, we'll be right back in just a few minutes. Bye. Bye-bye. Steve is going to make you something? Cool, Steve's going to have fun. Flags are not in that one. Flags are in the chat one, Joey, not in the, that one. All right, bye.